Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. And I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. Today we're in Galatians chapter 2. Galatians chapter 2, and going to look at verses 1 and 2. Galatians 2, verses 1 and 2. It says, Then after 14 years I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas, taking Titus along also. And I went up because of the revelation, and I laid out to them the gospel which I preach among the Gentiles. But I did so in private to those who were of reputation, lest somehow I might be running or had run in vain. I want to look at these two verses because, again, he brings out this point that he preached to them in private. Again, he's preaching to the Gentiles, and they're not fully being accepted by many of the Jews still, and they're caught up in the circumcision and the customs and old ways of the Jews, of their fathers, and what they have been doing for years, right? And so he brings out this point that he went to them in private, and so I think it goes to show us we have two things throughout the Word of God. One is shine your light, shine your light doing the work of God so that others will see your works and they will glorify God, right? You can go to Matthew there and read about that. Letting your light shine. We are the light of the world. We are the salt of the earth. We need to do that. We need to go forth and let people see that we have a faith in God, that we believe in Jesus, and that we've been called out of the world. The opposite part of that, though, is that we don't have to go forth and do everything publicly, right? We don't have to go forth and do everything and brag and say, look what I did, look what I'm about to do, and try to shout everything we do out in public. We can pray in private. We can do certain things in private. We can do our studies in private. And there are certain things in which we want to keep, close, because you might be studying with somebody who has something private that they want to discuss with just you alone. And so here within all this, eventually, that he doesn't hide that he's preaching to the Gentiles. He's writing this letter, right? And he doesn't, when he goes and tries to help people do what is right. As you read through this chapter, he tries to help Peter and the other Jews that won't sit with the Gentiles, saying that they were in the wrong for that. And so there's a time and place for each, right? Time and place for those things that need to be done publicly, and time and place for those things that need to be done in private. Here he's trying to make sure that his word is going to be taught in truth, that it's not ran in vain, that those Jews who are holding to the old traditions don't chase anyone off. Again, he goes right into the point that Titus wasn't circumcised. And so he didn't feel that he needed to be. He wasn't compelled to. And so it's just a reminder to us. Let us be cautious. We don't have to go forth and brag about everything that we've done, and that some things we do can be in private. That as we go forth and study with something or do a good deed or help somebody out, that we know God sees those things. And that's the only reward we need, is that God knows the good you've done. You know the good you've done. The person you've helped probably knows, or maybe they don't even know. And so let that be between you and God sometimes. So that's my thoughts for today. I want to thank you for joining me. I hope everybody has a blessed day. If the Lord's willing, I'll talk to you later.